Hello student friends, welcome all of you. Today we are going to start the topic number 8, electrostatics from 12th Science Physics section 2nd. As per revised syllabus of Maharashtra State Board of Higher Secondary Education. Before going to start actual topic electrostatics, let us recall some concepts we have studied in 11th standard. Those concepts are: what are conservative forces? What is potential energy? What is Gauss law and what is a Gaussian surface? Let us see one by one in detail. First we will see what are conservative forces. A conservative force is a force with the property that the total work done in moving an object between 2 points is independent of the path taken by object. A conservative force is a force with the property that the total work done in moving an object between 2 points is independent of the path taken by object. Okay. Equivalently, if an object travels in a closed loop, the total work done by a conservative force is 0. Let us understand this concept with the help of following examples. Consider one block which is having a mass of 5 kg, which moves in downward direction. So that this block will displace by 6 meter. Now let us calculate the work done by using the relation work done equal to Fd cos theta, whereas F is the force which is equal to mg, m is the mass, g is the acceleration due to gravity, d is the displacement and theta is the angle between these two forces. Here we have taken the value of m equal to 5 kg, the value of g we known to us, that is 9.81 meter per second square, the value of d equal to 6 meter, the value of theta becomes 0 degree, because the force acting on this body moving in downward direction and gravitational force also acting in downward direction. Both these directions are coincide to each other, hence angle becomes 0 degree. But the value of cos 0 equal to plus 1, hence we get the value of work done equal to 294 joule. Okay. Now let us consider one more example. Consider same block which is having a mass equal to 5 kg, which moves in downward direction. So this is the first process. So that this block will displace by distance equal to 6 meter. Now consider same block which moves in upward direction, that is to reach its original position. So let us consider this is the second process. Now let us calculate the work done for total process. First process is in the downward direction and second process is in the upward direction. It means that it closes a loop. We have to calculate the work done for first process. Here we get the value of work done equal to 294 joule. This value is same as we have calculated in previous case. Now let us calculate the work done for second process. Here, as the force acting on this body moves in upward direction and gravitational force acting in downward direction, then what will be the angle? So pause this video. If you know the answer, then write your answer in chat box. Here angle becomes 180 degree because force acting on this body moving in upward direction and gravitational force acting in downward direction. Both these directions are opposite to each other, hence angle becomes 180 degree. Now let us calculate the work done for second process. All these things remain same, only the change in value of theta. Here theta becomes 180 degree. But the value of cos 180 equal to -1. Hence we get the value of work done equal to -294 joule. Now let us calculate the work done for total process. Total work done is equal to summation of Wg1 plus Wg2. 294 minus 294 equal to 0. So this is the proof of the conservative force. That is, the final work done due to the force acting on this body will be equal to 0 when it is in closed loop. Now next point is what is the potential energy. Potential energy is the energy stored in an object because of its specific state or position relative to other objects. Potential energy is the energy stored in an object because of its specific state or position relative to other objects. We know that potential energy equal to mgh. Here m is the mass, g is the acceleration due to gravity, and h is the height. Now let us consider few examples. Consider there is one ball which is having a mass of 1 kg, which is located at a height equal to 1 meter from the ground. Consider there is one more ball which is having same mass, that is 1 kg, which is located at a height equal to 3 meter from the ground. Now let us calculate the potential energy equal to mgh. First we calculate the potential energy is held in ball 1 will be equal to mgh. Here m is the 1 kg, g is the 9.81 meter per second square, h is the 1 meter. Hence we get the value of potential energy equal to 9.81 joule. Now let us calculate the potential energy held in ball 2 will be equal to mgh. Here the value of m also equal to 1 kg, the value of g 9.81 meter per second square, the value of h equal to 3 meter. Hence we get the value of potential energy equal to 29.43 joule. So as we can see that the difference between these two potential energies of these two balls which are having same mass but at different positions, that is height in this case. Potential energy is the maximum for the ball which is located at more height. Hence, we can say that the potential energy is the energy stored in an object because of its specific state or position relative to other objects. Okay. Now let us consider few examples. Gravitational potential energy is related to an object mass and height from ground. See this figure. The blue sphere has more gravitational potential energy because he is at a greater height. Now again see this figure. The green sphere has more gravitational potential energy because he weighs more than red sphere. Okay. Now let us discuss third point, Gauss law and Gaussian surface. First we see what is meant by Gauss law. Gauss law states that electric flux through any closed surface is equal to the net charge enclosed inside the surface divided by permittivity of vacuum. Okay. Gauss law states that the electric flux through any closed surface is equal to the net charge enclosed inside the surface divided by permittivity of vacuum. In mathematical form, phi equal to q divided by epsilon naught equal to closed integral E vector dot ds vector. Consider a closed surface which is having a positive charge q which produces an uniform electric field in outward direction. ds is the elementary surface area. This electric field linked with this surface area, it gives an electric flux, that is d phi. Therefore, d phi equal to E vector dot ds vector. Now, total flux, that is phi equal to integrate the elementary flux, that is phi equal to closed integral E vector dot ds vector. That is phi equal to closed integral E ds cos theta equal to closed integral E ds cos 0. Here angle becomes 0 because the direction of electric field and area vector, both these directions are same, hence angle becomes 0 degree. But the value of cos 0 equal to 1, hence phi equal to closed integral E ds. The value of electric field all over the surface at every point in its surface is constant, so we can take out of integration, that is phi equal to E closed integral ds. But closed integral ds is the total area of Gaussian surface, that is phi equal to Es. but the value of electric field we know that is E equal to 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught Q divided by R square. S is the total area equal to 4 pi R square. Putting these values in above equation, therefore phi equal to 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught Q divided by R square into 4 pi R square. Here 4 pi cancel, R square cancel. Hence phi equal to Q divided by epsilon naught. That is total flux is equal to the net charge, that is Q, divided by permittivity of vacuum, that is epsilon naught. This is the proof of the Gauss law. Next point is what is a Gaussian surface. A Gaussian surface is a closed surface in three-dimensional space. Three-dimensional means XYZ axis through which the flux of a vector field is calculated. Vector field means it is the gravitational field, electric field or magnetic field. In other words, a Gaussian surface is a closed surface such that the magnitude of electric field at every point on the surface is symmetrical. Gaussian surface is a closed surface such that the magnitude of electric field at every point on the surface is symmetrical. Okay. So friends, we stop here. Thank you.